bottom line is that you need to go into this process understanding that there's going to be a lot of variables along the way that you don't have control of, and you got to deal with them accordingly. And once you do that, it enables your team to perform well and hopefully qualify.
They're unbelievable environments, you know. They're always different. It's a lot more difficult than most people imagine. That they're at home and the fans are, you know, normally in very large numbers against you, and you know, it's tough places to go.
It's always a little bit interesting playing games with soldiers with machine guns surrounding the field.
That's why the whole world hates you, you imperialist bastard! You devil, you!
In the month of January of 2005, we were close to saying, you know, we may have to wash away the opening game against Trinidad. It's unlikely that if we had to go to Trinidad without our top group of players, we were probably going to lose or at best get a point. So we went through the month of January preparing a group of players that were likely not going to be able to get us any kind of points on the road. So we knew that. It was very frustrating. And then once the collective bargaining process was accomplished and our players were coming into camp to play, we had to now go about the business of placing together a roster that could be successful, and we had to deal with some issues there.
Hey guys, your national team players, elite athletes. Some of you guys are just finding your potential, how to push yourself and push others around you. There's a lot more there, guys. There's a lot more for some of you guys, others less, but you gotta find a way to reach it. You gotta dig deep. I saw a group of players pushing themselves here. And when we get in a tough game, there's no excuses, because we've only been training for 2 weeks or whatever. You gotta dig deep. We gotta see the guys that can survive in this kind of environment in order to survive next Wednesday in Trinidad. And then in Mexico, and Guatemala, and right down the road. That's what it's about. Every day we see somebody that can reach a little bit more. You've never done it before, you haven't been pushed hard enough. And that's all we're asking, to reach your potential.
It's great, man. I'm happy, you know? Smile on my face. I love it, man. I love coming into the camps. It's nothing better, you know? I love being here, man. Be with the boys. You know, we're like a family on this team, so it's good.
Maybe next time.
You know, this Reaper was expected to win big, but it's difficult, you know? First game is away in Trinidad during carnival time, and it's going to be a difficult game.
Five what?
5 0.
5-0.
Bate.
Who's going to win?
Trinidad.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
This place is dead.
We had a good night's sleep last night. expect everything will be fine. Okay, sir, for them.
You can tell it's here because you can hear the music. You did hear it last night at the hotel, but that's nothing that's going to stop us from playing our game.
This is where young players are born at this level, man. How do they deal with getting put in a game like this? It's going to be a test for me. It's not. It's more. This game's more pressure than the Jamaica game because we already advanced in the next round. And see how it goes, man.
Because Miami wasn't that hot, it wasn't that warm, and now it's hot and humid. So it's going to be a little bit different, but I think the guys have been playing in Europe, have been pretty fit, been playing 90 minutes, pretty much, so I think we shouldn't have a problem.
We just have I think a record of success, so there's no reason to believe when you achieve success that doesn't bring confidence in the feeling that you can do this.
Gentlemen,
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
U.S. soccer fan here.
I'm Drew Carey, because somebody recognized me. Good luck tomorrow. I just came out here to support you guys and see honestly, I didn't even know Carnival was happening. I only came to see the game. And I'm coming to see you in Mexico City, too. So I'm really a big fan. And good luck tomorrow.
Stops the ball, he plays it back. He tries to get his partners involved, but sometimes as a forward, you have to be selfish. Turn and go.
Johnson! Eddie Johnson with a header, and he has scored again in 4 straight games.
Well, it started on the right side. I think Eddie Johnson picked it up. We kind of caught him a little bit of a counter. The defense dropped in, so I pulled out a little bit and gave it to Landon. Landon knew exactly what I wanted. He gave me a great little soft rolling ball that I could hit first time, and it doesn't always come off, but when it does, it looks nice. So it was a good one.
A great result for the U.S. team. I think we played very well. The Heat certainly got the better of us in the last 10 minutes, but I think when you write the story of this game, there were just a bunch of reasons why we couldn't be successful today, and we never agreed with that. I think the way our team pulled together over the last couple of weeks to be ready to play this game under difficult conditions, both travel, field conditions, the heat, everything else, this turns out to be a fantastic result. Winning qualifying games on the road is a very difficult challenge, and to pull that off in the opening game of this round with the issues we were dealing with is fantastic. So I'm very pleased.
It's a good ball from Chirundolo. The right spot at the right time. Just got on the end of it. Weight was already on the ball, and it's just about me redirecting it, and I kind of caught the keeper off guard.
Just hit it and kind of got lucky. It went to Edge, and he headed it. It was a great header. When crosses, you just kind of hit it as hard as you can in the box and hope for the best. And it turned out to be just right. So
A little different weather than Germany out there today.
yeah, it's a lot warmer. The field was a lot harder. Tough conditions today, but the guys did real well. It's a lot of fun to play in this team where everybody works for each other. There's no egos. Just everybody gets their job done in the field, and hopefully we win. And today it worked again, so it's a good day.
Also, like Bruce said, it's only going to get harder. He told me, you're not going to score, every goal, 3 goals in every game like he did in the first round. This round going to be tougher. And it was tougher. And it's about just taking advantage of the chance you get because you don't get that many chances. And I didn't get that many chances tonight. And when I did get my chance, I took it well.
Did you sense the team was getting tired in the second half?
The team was we were fading hard, and we got a little bit sloppy, and unfortunately we gave a goal away. But we hung on, we got the win, and that's all that matters.
We're somewhere in the vicinity of Colorado Springs at about 7,400.
0.3 feet, 0.4 now since we're walking up.
Fox Run Park. Literally, at one point, this used to be a fox farm. They used to raise foxes here for the fur industry.
This is a good idea, Mooch. This is our recovery day from our game yesterday versus the Rapids, and a little break from the monotony of being in the hotel as well as training.
That's bear, dude. Yeah, that's what I thought. Look at those nails on it.
What do we have here, Pablo?
These are bear tracks.
That's definitely a bear. We should turn around. Let's go back. This is getting too crazy, you guys.
And we spent about 1 hour here walking and getting a little bit of a stretch.
Yo, one another deal. 1.5 million, 1.5 I said.
On a little hike, and it turned into obviously a big snowball fight. It was quite fun.
Boys will be boys. There's a few snowball fights and other things.
I got to get something there. Oh.
Heads up.
Oh. Yeah, take advantage of these trips, baby.
From being from Florida, man.
I'm going right in the war zone.
Caught in the crossfire.
Chris, do these have anybody's name on them?
Somebody's getting bombed.
Oh, here!
Well, I think Taylor started the whole thing. I think he's gonna need tomorrow off as well, because to recover from today. I feel comfortable out in the woods, but if I would have had my camouflage, I could have snuck up on these guys a little better.
Remote on that.
About 94, 95 tops on a good day.
It was good. It was a successful walk because I never got hit with a snowball. So that was the highlight of it for me. But as you can see, the guys had a good time.
Oh, that's not connected. That's gone.
They were a good opponent today. They gave us a good game. So a lot of credit to you guys. Congratulations. Well done.
If I could say something, on behalf of all the players, the staff, and all the players that can't be here with us today, we'd just like to thank Bruce for everything he's done for American soccer from '98 to 2005, and from all of us, congratulations on your 100th cap.
Thank you. Thank you. I was told this before the game. I had no idea this was my 100th game. So, thank you guys. I'll remember this. I appreciate it. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you. Let's make this clear. We have I think, an excellent opportunity to win on Sunday. It's never been done by a U.S. team in Mexico City, and I sure as hell think you can do it. The last part that's going to be big is you're going to hear some of this, and obviously you see by this thing over my head here, there's going to be a lot of media attention this week, both with print journalists, television, etc. Let's be smart about the way we talk. Let's do our talking on the field and our results against Mexico and Guatemala, and none of the crap, whatever has happened in the past, fine. Am I allowed to curse? You know, I still remember the lack of respect they showed us after the World Cup. And there'd be nothing better for us to fucking win Sunday in Azteca and walk off the field.
From when we get to the stadium to when we leave the stadium, if they win 5-0, they're gonna rub it in. It's not like okay, whatever, they lost. No. They don't like us. They hate Americans and don't know why, but they just do. And when it comes to football, soccer, then that's what they dream.
In that game, did you hear the Osama chants that I've read about?
Yeah, definitely.
What was that like? What was that like?
I mean, it wasn't that nice. I mean, I think that was below the belt. I mean, there's a thing where it's respect. I mean, they don't have to fear us, they don't have to like us, but they gotta respect us at least. I mean, we're still human beings, and what happened was very unfortunate for a lot of people, for a lot of Americans, for a lot of people around the world.
Top, I'm in, baby.
It's hostile.
It's a long way from home. I'll tell you that. It's ain't Knacktown.
You know what? It looks like a normal stadium if you just look straight ahead, except for the barbed wire fence.
Any way you look at it, altitude is a big factor.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you have a couple lapses, or just they scored two pretty good goals. But to be down 2-0 in Azteca and to come back is pretty difficult.
What I do remember at halftime is I looked around, and rarely do I see in our locker room at halftime a bunch of guys that are dejected and are conceding 3 points. And we had a number of players taking in oxygen, not dealing real well with the conditions. I'll be honest with you, it took all 15 minutes at halftime to convince our players that, one, they can step out on that field and compete and play a better second half than the first half. And they went out with a real good approach. That goal by Eddie Lewis turned out to be very important in the qualifying process.
Hey, a much better effort and commitment in the second half, and you put yourself in position to steal a point. It's something to build on. I think if it wasn't for 10 minutes where our brain shut down because of fatigue in the first half, we had a chance to get a point or 3 here. So we didn't do it. Not the end of the world. We're not the first team that's lost here. Okay. The name of the game now is what it was going to be, whether we won the game or tied the game. It's now recover. Get our bodies and our heads right for Wednesday. We'll see how everybody does in terms of recovery. We put a team on the field Wednesday night to get 3 points, and we're moving forward in the right direction.
Para la prensa americana es, ¿qué piensa el señor Arena del juego?
I think the better team won. Mexico was a better team today. I think, and I believe our players shut down the last 15 minutes of the first half, and that cost us the game.
We just kind of hit a wall. And when you're out there and you kind of lose your breath, I guess it's tough to be, stay strong mentally. I think we just kind of broke down mentally as a team.
Looking back, we probably could have been more aggressive to start. The problem is you have some people feel well and some people don't. And so 4 or 5 guys might be okay and ready to get after the ball, and the rest are tired and just physically can't run.
But we almost did. We fought back. We got one back, and if we'd been a little sharper, could have maybe got another goal.
It was a lot different in that, in the past we played them and we were able to put a little pressure on them. And anytime they get a little pressure, they're not real comfortable with the ball. Today they didn't have any of that. It was as simple as a numbers game. They had more numbers in the attack than we had actually defending. And when the numbers were even, they just did a great job of just creating a little space for themselves to make the next play.
It was great. I mean, despite the result, it's an awesome stadium. Not as loud as I thought it'd be, and they weren't really as rambunctious as I thought. It's cool. I mean, you kind of treasure the moment, and it just sucks we lost.
I mean, it's a great experience playing Mexico in this stadium, in front of this crowd, with this altitude. But we have to look past this and look forward to the game on Wednesday.
In the big picture, it means nothing. We were the only team in the competition so far to play the first 2 games on the road. If you would ask me, would I be happy with 3 points after 2 games, I would say yes.
There's a lot of good stuff in that game. There really is. And there's some stuff that's got to get better. As a national team, we come into these games. You guys are good. You're better players sometimes than you give yourselves credit for. Freaking play. And when you play, you're pretty damn good. That's the biggest challenge for the national team, guys. When you come together in a short period of time, be a team, move together as a team, and get things sorted out, right? Guatemala will not be an easy test. They're not as good as we are. However, they're coming off a 5-1 victory. It's going to be a bitch of a game. There's no question about that. Bottom line, we should get 3 points. There's no excuses. So that's how we prepare.
I have no doubt that we'll be ready Wednesday.
No lingering
Absolutely.
effects for Wednesday.
Not a bit. I know. I'm already looking forward to it. I want to just crush Guatemala personally, and I'm sure everyone's probably more fired up than I am.
What a good performance. After 3 games, 2 on the road, that's 6 points. You've positioned yourself quite well. The final score is not an indication of our dominance. I think we were very good tonight. You know, if we're at fault at anything, it's not finishing off a few more plays. But I think it's one of those nights where you can't single out any one player for a good performance. There's a number of them.
Yeah, it's funny. We played, I don't know if it was 15, 16 games without losing. We have one bad half.
One bad 5 minutes.
One bad 5 minutes in Mexico against a very good team at an incredible altitude and in nasty smog, and all of a sudden we're the worst team in CONCACAF, and it was really just to make some peace and quiet for a week so that people can leave us alone. But we needed that.
Tonight was all about, knowing I came off not a good performance in Mexico. It's all about just being focused and, put myself in good spots and, just keep moving on the field and be hard to play against. And, it was a good ball into landing.
I just remember the ball coming to me. I guess it was from Pablo, and Eddie spun off around me, and I didn't really hit it as well as I wanted, but he's athletic and agile, and he got his foot to it, and he was in from, I guess, 8-10 yards out, and he doesn't miss many from there.
We were all a little bit disappointed coming into halftime that we hadn't put the game away by then, but that happens in games, and the main goal was to get out in the second half without sort of taking our foot off the gas and see if we can create some more chances, and fortunately finally Stevie took the pressure off us.
Where Landon had a goal called back, and it was a blatant handball in the box that got missed, and Eddie had the bicycle kick. We had chances, obviously. It's getting to a point where it's like, come on, what do we have to do to get a goal? And I'm just happy I can be in the right place at the right time and finish it.
Yeah, I think it's been so long since I've scored. I didn't even realize what the hell was going on. I was just celebrating. And I think a couple minutes later, I finally realized, but whatever, we won.
Well, I was really excited because I think when we first came out in warm-ups, we went back in and we were a little disappointed with kind of the enthusiasm of kind of the Guatemalan fans, and by the time the game kicked off, the good old boys took over, so we were real happy about that.
Inside Bocanegra, that was dangerous. Costa Rica keeps it alive. A nice ball comeback, save killer. Oh, what a save it was for Casey.
Great stuff. Okay, guys, what a great effort by everybody. Terrific performance. What we need to do, you get till tomorrow to enjoy the victory. And we got to make sure we take inventory tomorrow, see where everyone is physically, and start preparing to win in Panama. Okay? 3 more points here. Basically, you know, you're real close to Germany, guys. Real close. We're like in the middle of the Atlantic right now, but we're still swimming. So, congratulations, a great effort, guys. You know, a couple of plays made a difference in that game. The score reached 3-0, but man, a bunch of guys had to make plays today that made a difference. Let's go down to Panama and get 3 more points. Yeah. Great effort. Congratulations. They didn't know. I think Casey Keller's play in the early part of the second half was the difference in the match.
Yeah, got a little hairy there for 20 minutes. It's a good credit to the team that, and unfortunately, I was able to pick up a couple saves, and then the team cleaned up the problem and we sorted it out, and then got the goals to really make it quite comfortable in the last 15 minutes.
Hi, Mama. What's up, man? Clearly, we started the game the way we wanted. We weren't necessarily our best today, but we did the things we needed and we made the plays we needed to win the game.
The second goal broke their backs, and the third goal I think is great to have because goal differential may be a factor at some point.
I wish I could have it back, but you know, I just try to get a touch on it. Lando played a good ball. You know, I tried to slide it past the keeper. He made a good save. And then Brad was there to clean it up, try to jump out of the way, make sure you put it in the back of the net. So that's what happens. That's the way it goes sometimes.
You win your home games, you qualify for a World Cup. Now we're going down to Panama, and a team that really battled us really well down there in the first round. And we beat them, you know, pretty heavily at home. They're just coming off a tough win today, a tough loss today. So we know they're going to be geared up for us.
Fantastic. I mean, you know, I've never been in a more comfortable setting as the manager of the U.S. team. The whole week, Provo was brilliant. The people were great. Everything was great there. And then even today, I went to get a haircut and walking down the street, people coming out of stores saying hello, wishing us good luck, and the whole thing. And you know, I think really this is the first time we felt so comfortable at home and qualify. It was fantastic and a beautiful setting. I think the field ended up being in pretty good shape. The crowd was fantastic, and I'm happy that our guys were able to respond. You know, when things were tough, the crowd helped us. So I think it was a perfect setting to play an important game. And you know, I don't speak for U.S. Soccer. I speak for myself, I guess. But I'd love to come back here someday and continue.
On behalf of all of us, I want to say thank you. And I really hope that we come back here. It was incredible.
It's unbelievable. This many people came out. I mean, throughout this whole, you know, the first couple days we've been here, everyone's been really, you know, really supportive, and everyone at the hotel knows who everybody is.
You know, it is a good home. You know, finally got a home crowd.
Great credit to everybody in the Salt Lake and in the greater Salt Lake area. To really make us really feel at home and put on a really great crowd and a great noise for us, because it makes such a difference for us. And all of us hate coming out to home games and feeling like we're the away team. And I know in Alabama they really helped us out a lot, and obviously here it was a fantastic atmosphere.
One of the things that I think is critical is the way you travel as a team, and I was able to convince U.S. Soccer that the charters were important for a variety of reasons. It also allows us as a staff and players to do a lot of things, from the players playing cards and relaxing to the coaches editing tape and enjoying themselves, and to also developing team spirit. One of the things we did is on the way down to Panama from Salt Lake City, we had a stopover in Cancun, and Pierre Barry, who is our French conditioning coach, and we had an opportunity to play a little joke on him. We asked the flight attendants to make an announcement that any people with visas were to report to the Mexican custom authorities.
If you don't have a green card.
How about Shirley? He has a green card?
Yes.
This is what Pierre needs. He has to get one very soon, otherwise he's off the plane.
Okay, I hate to tell you this.
Okay.
That's your ride. It's going to pull it around here. So you got to get on the back of that truck.
Track me with my cell phone if I don't come back. I'm really like in Mexican jail.
Mark, let's make sure we get a close-up of the face in case there's any marks.
Tell my wife I love her.
All right.
Pierre, on behalf of the U.S. soccer team, we got you.
Yeah, we gotta have fun.
Landon. Yeah. Can I have a picture with you? I've been waiting here 3 hours for that autograph. Panama.
Good little ambiance. Hour before the game, everyone's singing, dancing and stuff. Still got to fill up a little bit, but be a good atmosphere for an important game.
Well, we got to come prepared to battle first.
We've talked about it. We got a foot in the ocean right now. We want to get across there, right? All right, and 3 points tonight puts us in great shape. And obviously the first goal was big. Second goal was terrific.
The first goal was huge, and then obviously the second goal really kills them.
And then Casey Keller once again, he goes, most game reports that'll go unnoticed, those 2 saves.
Really over the last 6-7 games I've played, a lot of things have really bounced the right way, and I'm really, sometimes you go on those runs and you hopefully you work hard and you put yourself in the position to make the save, and then you hope that a little bit of luck goes your way.
And then obviously the third goal killed the game.
Right now we'll enjoy this win. Got a long trip home just like you guys.
Overall, we had to do. Our back line played very well. Opportunistic goals, give them credit. They played real hard, and we're the first team, on my understanding, in this cycle that beat Panama at home. So as critical as we are sometimes of our performances, getting a result like that is exceptional when no one else has been able to do it.
That was dangerous.
Well, it was 1-0 in the Costa Rica game. In Salt Lake City, Casey came up with a tremendous save that kept us ahead. And in Panama, again, when we were ahead, I believe 1-0 or 2-0, Casey pieced together a sequence of 3 saves that'll belong in the archives of U.S. soccer, which was tremendous. His timely performances in big games throughout 2005, I think clearly makes him the U.S. Soccer Player of the Year. The Gold Cup came around in 2005 at what I felt was a very awkward time. There were pluses and minuses to the competition. The Gold Cup is our Confederations Championship, and it's always important that when we step in a competition of this nature that we try to be successful. So we entered the Gold Cup obviously with a roster that wasn't perfect. However, we still were determined that we were going to do the best we could, and we set our sights to obviously get out of group play, and then once we did that, try to win the Gold Cup.
Let's get right back in the game. You've seen it. You can create chances. Right? You're a little unlucky you don't have a goal. Here's your test. You want to be players? This is the real game. This is great. This is a great opportunity to show what you can do. Everything we got now, guys, for the next 45, 75 minutes, whatever it takes.
The semifinal game in the Gold Cup against Honduras, I was red carded and I departed the field at some point in the second half. I think it was maybe the 60th minute or so. And followed along closely, and then, once we got the first goal by O'Brien, which was obviously in the 80-some-odd minute, I believed at that point we were going to get the winner. We were starting to put pressure on, and then when the set piece developed where Gooch got in the box, I said we were going to score on that play, and we did.
Gooch, get in the box!
It was a great win. But also it was something that accomplished a bunch of things for us. Not only got us in the final of Gold Cup, it reinforced the winning attitude that we want in our team, and pushed a player like Oguchi Onyewu over the top.
Honduras came out in the first half very strong and got that first goal. And, it was difficult, but we hang in there 90 minutes and we fought back and won the game.
I'm tired.
Big man comes through in the end.
Yeah. That was the craziest game, man.
Hey, guys. Great stuff. Let's just get together for a few minutes. Anyone left? Let's close that door. A lot of character and heart at the end of the game. You know that. However, let's accept the responsibility for the start we had and almost giving that game away. I thank you guys. I thank our coaches for doing the job, and I leave you much better. So congratulations to you guys. Thank you.
When you scored, how much did the spirits get lifted at that point?
Oh, a lot. You could tell that, we were searching for one, we had a bunch of good chances. It didn't quite happen, and then that goal took a lot of weight off. I think Gooch did a great job in finishing it off.
Great goal from Gooch, and I had a good feeling actually when that free kick that we were going to score, and I know a lot of other guys did as well, so good timing.
Because I was in the air and I was coming down, and when I was coming down I was looking to my left, and you see the ball just going right at him and going in the back of the net, so it was a great feeling, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Man of the Match award for scoring the game-winning goal, Oguchi Onyewu.
I got a dude handing me a trophy, but it's all good. But more proud of Gooch. He played a good game, and I'm happy for him that he got to play the game, and he got congratulated by 2 beautiful girls.
In terms of ideal finishes, I think it ranks probably at the top. At the top, definitely. It gets us into the Gold Cup final. Huge goal, Gucci's first goal. Congrats to him. It shows how much of a team we were. During the game, I made a mistake. I said to the guys at halftime, hey, I need this one get it back for me, and they did. The whole time they're like, Dukes, we're getting it back. Don't worry.
Save me, guys. Save me. Good man. Well done, Duke. Well done, guys. Hey, Dukes.
We fought hard, and the rest, is now we're in the final. The quest for the cup. Told you before, we're gonna drink beers out of the cup. and everyone's psyched. You know, it's destined to be ours, so we're going to go after it. It's ours.
Santino's going first. Missed it. Hey, we just did. This is the 4th. We make this, it's over. It's over. It's over on this.
Brett Davis.
He smacks these things. It's over. Thank you. Let's go.
And I just had a feeling that Casey was going to make a save or they were going to miss, and it was going to come down to me, and I knew I just couldn't second guess myself, really. I just need to pick a corner and hit it with pace, and that's what I did.
You know what I'm saying? He stepped up, put it in the back of the net, waving his family and his kid. He Kool-Aid. He was Kool-Aid when he scored. He was like,
just got to make sure you score. That's it.
I think both teams had opportunities to win the game, and we probably had the better of the chances throughout the game, and maybe the game could have been 3-2 like the Columbia game, but it came down to 0-0, and we won it in penalties, and nobody cares when it's over. It just matters, first and second, and we came in first, and that's all that matters.
Tell me about that moment after the kick goes in and your teammates are rushing you.
That's the best feeling in the world right there. You know, knowing you won and knowing your whole team's coming, so it was a great feeling.
Can we get closer with this? Come on.
Miss Olivia.
Hey, get close up.
Miss Olivia.
does that say Bolivia?
Well, it feels good to help my team, I felt that I let my team down. I should have scored, but they pulled behind me and we won the game, so it's all good.
We said before the game, you don't get many chances to win anything as professionals. And you have to take advantage of it, because it could be the last time I ever win anything. And I hope not, but you never know.
First of all, congratulations to Coach Hernandez and the Panama squad for a fantastic tournament.
Quest for the Cup is finished. Holland, back to Holland. We battled, that was a true team. I mean, it wasn't an ideal game.
You're getting on a plane right now?
I'm getting on a plane at 9 o'clock. I missed my first flight because it went into overtime. It was hot out there, we stayed alive. Like I said before, who has the cup? It's ours.
Oh, shit. Awesome! That is awesome! Yeah, dude! Rock on, man! Woo!
Yes, we're going through security right now. How you doing? We're here with the U.S. Soccer.
Vámonos.
Yes, I am.
All right, Wednesday night in Hartford, the United States with a World Cup qualifier against Trinidad and Tobago. And joining us now from the U.S. national team, Landon Donovan. How are you, Landon?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
What do you think it was between your teeth?
No, it could have been anything.
Probably turkey.
No, you know what? It's probably like a piece of tuna fish or something. It's just full on right in the middle.
This is the new Digital Broadcast Center on the ESPN campus. State-of-the-art, multi-million-dollar facility. It's been open about a year, and this is where all of our studio programming, every night SportsCenter comes from the studio, so we'll show it to you. Welcome.
And what are you going to do to Landon when he goes in there?
Grill him. Grill him on the hot seat.
Hey, come on in, come on in.
They're ready for us.
Here's Jay Harris, the host.
What's up, man?
Looking at the camera. What's up, Landon?
How are you,
Nice
man?
to meet you, bro.
You too, man.
We'll probably ask this question, but this is the hot seat. I'm just gonna ask you very personal questions.
Good, man. Bring it.
We welcome in LA Galaxy and U.S. national soccer team star Landon Donovan. This is why I kind of like this, because you get to, whether you're a soccer guy or not, you learn about soccer and you learn about different things that you weren't an expert in 20 minutes ago. And then you come away with an appreciation, and then you watch a soccer game and you'll like it, and it'll help you the next time you have to talk about it or do a story. And your appreciation grows.
Thanks a lot, man.
No, thank you.
That was fun.
Appreciate it.
I like that.
They're asking you from Leon in Mexico. It says, hola, Landon. I have 2 questions. You're without a doubt the most hated player for Mexican aficionados.
Cool.
Okay.
Eddie,
My lines, please.
Okay, what do you having the guys do here?
These are 5 and 10 second kind of promos, letting the viewers know that the FIFA World Cup is coming to ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC Sports. This summer, watch the FIFA World Cup live on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC Sports.
This summer, you can watch the FIFA 2000. Keep going back.
Hi, I'm Landon Donovan. Next summer,
ESPN2.
Hey guys, I'm Landon Donovan.
I'm Bruce Arena. Hi, I'm Brian McBride.
Hi, I'm Eddie Lewis.
This summer, the FIFA World Cup is
Live on ESPN,
ESPN2,
and ABC Sports. Beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful. Work it.
Hamming it up there, kid. Hamming it up.
It's just, it's unbelievable production, but you can see what it's become, It's a big, big show now. One day, this will be the soccer studio.
ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC Sports, home of the FIFA World Cup.
That's a wrap. We did a great job getting ourselves ready for this game. Now we got to do the tough part and getting it done on the field. Okay? Play as a team, support each other on the field, all right? On
Together,
3, USA.
together.
1, 2, 3, USA! Well, I think we deserved the 3 points tonight. I thought we played very well. I think we are guilty of perhaps making things a little bit difficult on ourselves. We created a number of good goal-scoring opportunities and came up short, and that allowed Trinidad to hang around for 89 minutes or so, when I think they could have been punished and sent home a lot early. But give them credit. I think they never quit. They defended well, and we failed to convert our chances. Good ball movement. Bobby ran off a shoulder and was played in. I knew I just had to beat the guy to a spot, because the angle that he was at, he was going to lay the ball across. And, laid a nice ball in, and just had to open up my foot. Went in.
Throughout the game, I thought it should have been more than 1-0, but obviously we'll take the win. I think we created a ton of chances, and we just got to get better finishing them.
We didn't get the second goal, but overall, we got 3 points. That's the most important.
I mean, it's not a big concern. I mean, a concern probably would be if we're not creating chances, and that hasn't really been the case with this team. I think we have a mentality under Bruce, especially at home, to go forward and create chances. And I think on any other day, Landon will score some of those goals.
In qualifying, anything can happen, man. And you take what you can get. We're damn close now.
It was so important, this game, because it's a game that we're supposed to win. Now it's all geared up for a real battle against Mexico, and if the results go well for us, today it'll be right on the doorstep.
Can I ask you real quick, what do you remember about the Armas collision?
I remember seeing the ball, and then I remember seeing the ground. That's about it. Those are one of the worst collisions. You don't see the guy coming, you're not paying attention to them, and the outcome you saw.
That's it. Rough day at the office.
I didn't know where I was.
You know where you are now?
I know where I am. Three points closer to the World Cup.
There was no rivalry before. It was just Mexico beat us. That was pretty much the rivalry, and now it's really grown into something big and something that the region has really, I think, cried out for. Because in the past it was always, okay, there's Mexico, and then who else can kind of keep up with them?
It's good for CONCACAF. I think it's a healthy rivalry that's improved both teams.
Whether it's a World Cup qualifier or it's just friendly, it's the biggest game on our schedule every year.
There's respect, but there's also a huge desire to beat them always.
The reason I know how special this game is on Sunday night, full week before the game, I was already thinking about the game, laying in bed, thinking about how it's going to, and I never do that. I mean, it's hard enough for me to concentrate on the game sometimes on game day, and I was already thinking about it, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to play, how it's going to feel when we win, and that says it all.
It's a Lakers-Celtic, it's growing. The history is really starting to grow, but it's really the two teams, the two sort of kings of the hill, if you will, that are now at a very sort of level point.
I mean, I don't know so much about the Ajax Feyenoord and that club, but this is a country. People, different club teams, people from different countries. That's one thing, but everybody's American on the field and everybody's Mexican on the field. So it's not from different nationalities. Everybody's from where they're from. And I think that makes a bigger rivalry than any club team, can put, AC Milan or any club team.
And a lot of public interest, not only between Mexico and the U.S., but obviously throughout the region, throughout South America, and our game at Azteca was shown all over Europe when we played Mexico. So it's definitely getting a worldwide audience for this rivalry, and that's only because now we're able to step up to the level that Mexico has been playing at for generations.
In Mexico? Yeah. You're probably not the most hated.
You're without a doubt the most hated player for Mexican aficionados.
Cool. It's a sign of respect. If they dislike you, if there's a reason, and it's purely soccer-wise, and that means they respect me and maybe they're a little jealous.
The first game against Mexico probably taught me that not to take your adversaries for granted. You give them that inch and they'll capitalize on the chances that they have. Walking off the first game against Mexico with that loss, I had a lot of anger in myself. I put a lot of blame on myself, especially for the first goal that my man did score on me. And ever since that game, I've been waiting for that opportunity to get my revenge in some words or another. My revenge on Mexico. So this Saturday should be a good test for our team, but for me as well. Let's do this.
We can go to Germany tonight, baby.
90 minutes.
We can go to Germany tonight.
And the pride and the spirit in this group has always gotten us over the top. And let's have it tonight for 90 minutes, man. It's going to take that kind of effort in a group, and you got it. You got the character and the ability to get it done. So let's go out and have some fun.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Wish you guys a lot of luck, right? Have fun out there on 3, USA. 1, 2, 3. USA!
I recall at halftime in the Mexico game, so we talked about during the week, I don't think our guys concentrate as well as they can on attacking set pieces. And we had Eddie Lewis replace Claudio on set pieces from wide positions, and Eddie served a great ball in the box to Oguchi.
Gooch and somebody else were up there battling. I don't know, I guess it was Gooch who got his head on it and hit the post, and I was by myself. So.
Claudio, if you're talking about the short corner and then the pass and then the finish by DeMarcus seemed to be perfectly...
Yeah, we talked about it from the beginning of the week. Bruce said we're going to try to get him on a short corner, so we've been working on it all week. That particular play, DeMarcus and I yesterday in our set piece workout, we talked about it, and I said, you know, make that run, and if it's there, it's pretty funny that it happened, it worked out like that.
Eddie, tell me how it feels. We're going back. I couldn't be happier.
It was unbelievable. I can't explain it right now. We're going to the World Cup, and to beat Mexico and do it, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Dominate all over the field. We deserve to win tonight, and we got it. Is this redemption? Redemption and revenge. Redemption and revenge. Very nice. We're going, baby. We're going.
Unbelievable. Going to another World Cup. The fans are great. I love America, baby. Woo!
Where's Mexico? I don't know.
Okay, gentlemen, only a couple minutes, but you know, our praise and congratulations to this group. What a fantastic effort and accomplishment by a player. So first of all, let's give ourselves. Yeah. Piece of paper that you've won 6 of the first 7 games. It sure as hell isn't easy, and you guys should be applauded. I'd like to thank my staff. They've done a great job. We have some guys that'll be leaving us tomorrow or Monday to go back, specifically some of our European players. And thank you, but as we get ready, you know there's a great challenge ahead, and we're going to be fair and give the guys the opportunity to be part of a World Cup next year. And you know it takes a fantastic commitment, and you know we as a team, we've got to get considerably better, just like we did the last time around. It's a great commitment, and it requires a lot of work on your part over the next year. And you know, we're going to give everyone an opportunity. We plan to go to Germany and be a good team there. And you know, we're going to give it a hell of an effort. And just want to congratulate you guys. Have been fantastic. You really have, and you deserve all the credit you get. And you know, basically, there's no arguing now. You're the best team in CONCACAF. Right? Congratulations.
And let's have fun and have a team that goes down and wins on Wednesday as well. But for everybody, I just got to thank you. You know, I'm indebted to you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Enjoy yourself. Go, enjoy yourself.
Tell me about your son.
He had an awesome game tonight. Really, really proud of him. Really, really proud of him. Everybody played really well.
How did you celebrate his goal?
Like this. What else can I say?
You know, there's a lot of talk before the game about Borghetti and how he's, how he's so dangerous and stuff like that. So we wanted to put a little extra effort into trying to shut him down.
I think you took Borghetti out of his game by getting physical with him. Was that kind of?
You know, he's a fun player to play against. He's a physical guy, you know, and I didn't think he'd cry as much as he did today, but you know, it was fun playing against him. Nothing wrong with that. He's a good striker. You know, when he gets his chances, he scores. And fortunately, we didn't give him any chances today.
What did he say into out there? He said he cried. What did he say?
I mean, I think he cussed me out a couple times in Spanish, but you know, whatever. You just laugh at that. When you're up 2-0, you can't really hurt you.
I think the stare down with Gooch and Borghetti in Columbus is one where you have a player now that's pretty confident and knew that he was going to win the battle that day, as opposed to maybe the young and experienced player that we saw in Mexico City some 5 months before that. And I saw a player mature at the international level.
You talked about that feeling, that final whistle, fireworks are going off, the crowd very
it was a great feeling. You know, it's something special to qualify at home, and to do it in the amount of games in 7 games. I think it's special, and I think that we worked hard these past games, and it's an accomplishment.
To be honest, they made it a little bit easy on us. I expected more, and after we got the first one, they were never in the game.
How much satisfaction do you take qualifying with Mexico?
Yeah, the only thing sweeter would have been to score, but that at least for 3-4 more years, they'll shut up and they can't say anything, and I love it.
It definitely states our dominance, and that's in this region, and that's so important. Something that we've been really striving to do for years, and we qualified fairly comfortably in '98. And really tried to make it difficult for us last time, and we just really threw it away. And then this time, when we needed the results, we got them, and then we ended up doing it comfortably. What do you think of the atmosphere tonight? I mean, you guys most of the support.
Unbelievable. I mean, they're behind us the whole game. They're whistling at Mexico. I mean, it was to clinch in Columbus when we beat them 2-0 last time, and to beat Mexico is unbelievable. So I can't even explain it. Unbelievable.
We're going, baby. We're going.
We positioned ourselves to do whatever we wanted in the last 3 games, and I took the liberties to do that. Gave some players some important experience, and also put them in a setting that's challenging, which helps me formulate a roster next year. After the Costa Rica game on our charter flight back to Boston, it was an opportunity where we had a fair number of our foreign-based players together with domestic players, and the message was pretty clear to them.
It's highly competitive, and there are going to be players that lose form, aren't as sharp as they need to be over the next 6 months. There's going to be some players that get injured, and there's some players that emerge. And our challenge as coaches to get better, as players to get better, and we're going to try to put a better team on the field for the first game in the World Cup in 2006 than we did in 2002. So for the European players, you've got to make sure that you're playing on a regular basis, you're in the right kind of form, and you take care of yourselves. For the domestic players, you're going to be challenged greater than you've ever been before. If you want to have any chance, I am
going to be very selective in bringing a group in January. It's not going to be great numbers. It's going to be based on finishing up your seasons and what we know about your fitness. And then we're going to try to crunch the numbers as quick as we can with the domestic players. And that means you will have to discover a way to be fitter than the group that I saw last January. I have an obligation to put the best team on the field. And there are a lot of guys that have proven themselves previously, and that doesn't help us if you don't get it done over the next 6 or 7 months. It doesn't mean shit in the World Cup, because we've seen greater soccer countries cut slack to players that have done it before and have failed miserably in World Cups.
Nobody's guaranteed a spot, and I wanted to make that message loud and clear, and hopefully they will respond accordingly and prepare the right way in order to position themselves to play in a World Cup. Well, what I learned about our team in 2005 is it's a team that's talented, experienced, and committed. Two players that I look at and admire greatly are Casey Keller and Brian McBride. They have always been there for the U.S. team. I also learned that Claudia Rain is an invaluable member of our team. We also see that our young players, as talented as they are players that have their ups and downs and still haven't completely arrived at the international level. The exciting part is that they're going to get there one day. And then we look at depth. We look at players that have stepped in when others weren't available. We have to expect the unexpected. However, after witnessing our team in 2004 and 2005, they'll be able to prepare themselves and deal accordingly with the unexpected. So I'm optimistic, and hopefully we can put a good team together that represents us the way we want to be represented in the 2006 World Cup.
All right, DeMarcus, you're one of the few guys that has the experience of playing in El Salvador, actually. What's it going to be like?
It's going to be hostile. I mean, when we play with U17s, we had about 35,000 fans, I was taking a corner kick, and somebody threw something at me, and I looked down, and there was a chicken head, like a little baby chicken head thrown at my foot, and I kind of jumped, and the whole crowd kind of went crazy a little bit, because I got kind of scared, because I didn't know what it was, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm telling you, it's an experience you won't forget when you go to El Salvador. Very funny. Hit this what? You did it too? Man, I want this. Very funny.
Just trying to get ready for the game.
Everybody got damn jokes. Yeah.
Thank you.